Hello and welcome to the WBBL review. We've got a very special guest today, Caledonia Pride star Laken James. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Melita is joining us in a little bit, just running late, a few meetings and stuff after practice. But we'll get started and I guess this is just to find out a little bit more about yourself. Um, Obviously, five-star academy, things outside of basketball as well as basketball.
Yeah.
And some quick fire questions at the end, which are always fun. So we'll start just from the very beginning. Let's kind of go right back. Where are you from? Where were you born?
So I'm from Oconto, Wisconsin, which is a very small town, 30 minutes north of Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's about the biggest city I can give you in reference. But yeah, so I grew up there, and then I actually attended the university right in Green Bay. So I went to UW Green Bay, and I played there for 5 years.
Yeah, so that nice, like kind of familiar, close to home.
Yeah, it was the hometown dream kind of thing. So it
Mhm.
was perfect.
Did you grow up playing basketball? Were you from a basketballing family?
Definitely grew up playing basketball. I have an older brother as well as a younger brother, but my older brother kind of started with sports and everything. So of course, once he started, I needed to follow and copy him. So it
And get
was
better
it was
than him,
a
yeah.
easy introduction into basketball for me.
Did you have any kind of inspirations apart from obviously your brothers who played? Did you have any inspirations you looked up to when you were younger?
Honestly, probably the University of Wisconsin Green Bay, just because that program has had so much success for so long, and they were right in my backyard. So it was easy for me to go to games as a kid and see, what's possible. So it was pretty cool.
And did you play any other sports when you were younger?
I did. I played both softball and volleyball all the way through high school. So I was quite busy.
Are you one of these annoying people who's just good at all sports?
Um,
Yes,
I
yes,
don't know how
that's
to humbly answer that.
So how old were you when you first joined a proper team?
So that's kind of a funny story. So when I was in third grade, my parents, um, I told my parents I wanted to join a team, and they're like, "Well, there's not a third grade team." So they actually asked if I could play on the fifth grade team. So that was technically my first organized basketball.
So how old is third grade and fifth grade
Great
for us
question.
uneducated
Eighth
British
grade,
folk?
or 8 years old. 8 years
Eight-
old when you're in third grade,
Okay.
roughly. Yeah.
And so how did you find that first experience of being a part of a team?
I think I always loved it. I Basketball was always too, I mean, for me at least, you can really like feel the team camaraderie. The ball's always moving. You can set screens, you can like cheer on defense. I just think like there's so many different aspects of the game where you can really highlight the teamwork part.
So as you said, kind of the hometown dream, going to Green Bay. Was
Mhm.
that from very early on, like that's where I'm going, this is what I need to do to get there?
Yeah, definitely. I think in the beginning, of course, it was always just a dream. It takes a while, I think, to realize it's possible when you're growing up. I mean, when you're 8 years old, you don't know if that's possible. But yeah, it definitely was always my dream of it.
So welcome, Melita.
Thank
We've just been
you.
kind of introducing ourselves and talking a little bit about Laken's upbringing and kind of move to Green Bay and the aim of always wanting to play kind of that local for that local team. Um, Move on a little bit, just a little bit more about your basketballing journey then, Laken. What was it like at Green Bay? Did you say 5 years there?
Yeah. Yeah, so I was there for 5 years because I redshirted my freshman year. So essentially that just means you practice every day and you don't get to play. So you're just a glorified practice player. So I spent after that I had 4 years of eligibility, and you could say it was kind of a up and down roller coaster, as I think a lot of college basketball experiences are. But I didn't really get to play or make an impact until later in my career. So that's probably the biggest difference I would say, like from high school going to that college level, is just trying to learn how to balance that and the new roles that you have and everything like that.
Yeah, because that's one thing Green Bay is known for as well, red shirt and their freshmen. And because obviously, oh, got my USC top on.
Oh my gosh, cool.
One enemy.
yeah, for real.
Yeah. And it would legit irk me that I didn't get to redshirt my freshman year, but then I see all these Green Bay players, okay, they redshirted. Everyone is into the system by their sophomore, junior year.
Yeah.
Whereas like it's still like, as a freshman, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And Green Bay is just always on point. Like, Mark, I can't tell you how much I hated playing Green Bay. Our coach, every practice, every single week, it was just all about Green Bay. Like, that was her goal, just to beat Green Bay. And we never did. We got smacked every single game against them just because we're all nervous because the coach is nervous. And then let's say like I call out a play, the Green Bay team are repeating the play and then counteracting it. And we're like, so coach, what should we do now?
Oh my God.
Hated.
That is so funny.
But no, I do think that it's better that you sat out your first year and then you had such a great ending to your college career. Whereas like for a lot of players, I think they found it hard to their freshman year not play and still not get redshirted. So I think like for me mentally, it affected me more than if the coach would say, okay, you're not going to play this year, but you're going to get that year back kind of thing. So
yeah,
I think, in terms of that way, it's better for the players.
Yeah, it was something I definitely never regretted. It was like coach kind of, I mean, he does it politely in the nicest way to put it, but he's just like, hey, if you want a red shirt, you can. So he tells you like, but no, it worked out perfect.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't even know what redshirting was when I was a freshman. I was like, you could do that?
Yeah, right.
So then what happened after that? Where did you go? What was kind of your plans when you finished college?
So when I finished college, so I actually applied for a job with Adidas. I applied for it was a really cool opportunity. It was like a 2-year program, and every 3 months you switch sectors. So one 3-month period you'd be in sales, and then marketing, and then like international marketing, and it was really unique. And the story goes is basically after my last game at Green Bay, I got an email the next day from Adidas, and they're like, "Hey, sorry, you were awesome, but you didn't make final cuts." And I was like, "Okay, so I'm gonna keep going with this professional basketball thing, I think." So so that was kind of my decision maker in that sense. And then I signed my first contract to a Division II team in Germany. I was in Bad Homburg, which is like 20 minutes from Frankfurt.
Okay. How was that experience for you? Because I know a lot of people do enjoy Germany.
Yeah, I mean, I can't rave enough about the area and the culture and the people. I think the basketball level was like an initial shock for me because, I mean, Green Bay was way different, right? So and like the culture and the basketball sense, just because everyone there is 110% in. And that's what we do. Like, that's why our school is paid for. That's what we're a part of. So I think it was a transition for me to understand, like, I'm 110% in because I'm a professional, but like some people work full-time jobs. We have students, we have people with different priorities. So I think that was really hard for me to understand in the beginning, but that was part of maturing and just realizing, no, there's a reason you get paid to do this, so.
Yeah, no, I agree as well. Like that was the same for me. The biggest shock was, okay, some people are pros and some aren't.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you can have like 6 people at practice and you still have to practice. You can't be like, oh, well, can I take this day off, please, so I can go home for the weekend or something like that? You always have to be there. So, and then it's a lot of pressure on you as well because you're the person that has to perform. You're the one that has to win them the games. And I think it would be helpful in college when you're a senior to let coaches let you know that that's what pro life's like. So the transition's just a bit easier and it's not such a shock. But yeah, at least she was in a decent country though, because I know there's a lot of people, they travel and they're stuck, no car, just stuck. It's grocery store, gym.
That would be, I like completely blessed on the other side. Like the people in Germany that I met are gonna be my like friends and family for life. So it was a great experience, but just a little bit of a shock on the basketball side.
And did you do anything like off court while you was in Germany?
Not so much. I run my own company, 5-Star Academy. So I kind of put a lot of my energy into that, which is really good because it keeps me busy and not bored or going crazy. So I enjoy it. So that's kind of what I do with my extra time.
Did you already explain what that's about, or did I
No,
we didn't really dive into it.
You brought it up.
Oh, okay, yeah, perfect. Go ahead, tell us more about it.
That was perfect. So basically, over the last couple of years, while I've been overseas, I've always had a passion because of the transition that I had at Green Bay of like the mental side of the game, or trying to realize my role and like going through those really low times where it's like I lose all my confidence or just those struggles of being a like elite athlete. And because of that, I was like, well, why don't we have anything for, and I'm the female side, so I keep it on the female side, but I'm like, why don't we have anything for young females like that are going through this? The high school athletes, like they don't have any resources, like you can read a book, sure, it's probably written by a guy, you can like, there's not actually access to people who have went through it. So that's kind of what I've wanted to create with 5-Star Academy, is just kind of create a community of like female athletes at all levels. So essentially what the goal is, or what I'm doing, is creating a curriculum and like mental training workshop kind of thing, but then have elite athletes mentor the younger athletes. So it's kind of like a 1-2 punch of providing the mentorship, but then also using the mental training tools. And then just really, it sounds like a lot, but just like building that huge community of young female athletes, older female athletes, and just kind of making it a platform to talk about those things.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think it's definitely needed because again, like when I was in college or even in high school, did I know what it was like to go from high school to college? I didn't know that transition, and it would have been perfect for me to be able to talk to someone who's been through it already. So very much needed. Keep it going.
Thank you.
And I guess you use your social media platforms to kind of like a continuation of that with the motivational kind of stuff that you put on there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually funny you say that because the last 2 years, the last year, I would say, I was really trying to build the 5-Star Academy platform, like putting all my motivational stuff through that. And then this year, before I got to Scotland, I kind of switched gears on like the business side. And I was like, I'm my best selling point. Like I personally have went through this stuff. So it's like, instead of my business trying to grab traction, like I should be the one providing this stuff because I'm the one creating it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm playing professional basketball. I've played college basketball. Like it has more credibility. So now this year is actually the first year that I've personally put myself out there, which that's a whole nother like insecurity thing that you have to fight through. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I don't want to do this, but I feel like it's so important, so I have to. But
then I guess once you're doing it, you find like it's more comforting for you as well to know, okay, actually I'm the person that's helping the younger me kind of thing. So it's definitely rewarding. I think it's just that initial wall that you have to fight through of like, what are people gonna think, but I'm like, you know what, it's not about them, it's about the kids, so I don't really care. If one kid reads this and gets something out of it, it is totally worth it to me. Right, job done.
Yeah.
I see your posts pop up on Facebook kind of being reposted by various kind of different outlets as well, kind of obviously getting that message out even further.
Yeah, I've been really fortunate. There's a platform called Next Up. They have like a ton of likes or follows on Facebook, and they reshare my stuff a lot. So that even makes me feel better to have it seen by more eyes, because of course I'm just starting out. But when platforms like that pick it up, it's really cool.
Yeah. And then can you, for all the viewers, can you just do like a little self shout out? Let us know where to find you on all your platforms.
Oh, for sure. I make it easy for everyone. So on both Instagram and Twitter, my personal one is just Laken James 5. And then same thing for 5-Star Academy. It's the same for both Instagram and Twitter. And it's 5-Star and then ACAD, ACAD. So
perfect. Go and subscribe, people.
yes, follow.
Go follow.
Where do you see it going in, let's say, 5 years' time? What's the kind of aim eventually?
Yeah, so basically what I want to be able to do is build up. So I run basketball camps when I'm at home as well. And I incorporate the mental side of the game into each camp that we do. So that's a huge thing for our company. But again, my passion is more on the mentorship side. So I love doing the skill stuff with kids, but I would much rather put my focus into that. So my year for this, or my goal for this year is to have my curriculum put into a workbook. So like an actual book that can be purchased. If like a high schooler can't afford to join the actual mentorship program, they can still get their hands on the mental training and do it at home by themselves.
Okay.
So that's kind of the goal for, I would say, 2022, is have that all complete, published, buy it on Amazon kind of thing. So
nice.
So let's talk about the move to Scotland. How did that come about?
Yeah, that was kind of a different situation, actually. So I had been in touch with the program earlier in the summer and kind of, went through the business terms. People went different directions kind of thing. And then I get a text in early November and they're like, "Hey, are you still available?" And I was like, "I am." I am. So then we started the conversation again, and landed myself here, which I'm very happy about. I think it's a very fitting situation for me as a person, and I've really enjoyed it so far.
And how are you finding the league in terms of the competitiveness? And we've got now the London Lions in the Euro Cup as well. So how is it playing against everyone?
Yeah, I think it's very competitive, and I like that. Especially now, it feels like you go into each game and you kind of like, it's not promised, like who's gonna win. Yeah. I haven't played London Lions yet, but it's like each game, like I feel like, you know what, we have a shot. Like if we can play well, if we can perform well, it's anybody's game. So I like that. I think the league itself, because of that, it's fun. It's fun to play and it's competitive.
Yeah. I think everyone literally has said that, everyone that we've spoken to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's anyone's game. Like when me and Mark do our predictions, I'm like, who do I go for? Because honestly, 1 week I'm on top, the next week I'm like, okay. Never know.
Well, I mean, you look at, say, Caledonia against Newcastle this season. The first game was that cup game where I think Newcastle won by 30 points. Then second game in the league campaign, Caledonia beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
And then revenge to be had on the 20th, is that right?
I know you're looking forward to it.
Let's talk about that game a little bit, because Newcastle announced on International Women's Day that was going to be their kind of big game, their big one it's called, and they aim to sell 1,500 tickets for that game. Kind of, obviously you're going to be a part of it. How do you feel about that all?
I mean, personally, I'll love it. I have been playing in front of fans for 2 years. So if you want to put 10,000 people in the stands cheering for the other team, I don't really care. No, I I'm thankful that there's going to be fans in the stands. So I think it'll be a really cool experience for, girls, like if they haven't had that many people. A lot of fun. It's always fun to play.
You've got on a Friday night as well.
Friday night too.
Oh yeah.
How are you finding all of the kind of longer journeys? How many have you been on? What's that been like for you?
I've actually, I know it sounds funny, but I haven't minded them that much. Like on the way there, I'm always busy on my laptop, or I'm always doing something. Like I'll read a book. It's no problem for me. The way home is always like a little bit worse because you can't really sleep, and it's like, oh my gosh, I have 7 hours on this bus to get home. And all of a sudden it's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I go to bed at 10. Like this is hours past my bedtime.
I'm the opposite, I think. On the way there, I'm always like stressing because I'm trying to, I guess, I just want the game to be over and done with.
Yeah, stay ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, what time should I eat? Should I have a nap? Okay, I need to make sure I'm drinking enough water. Then I need to go to the bathroom. Coach, can we stop? So I'm like a hot mess. But on the way back, like whether we win or lose, like I still feel very like
you're
calm.
Chilling.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I know I can go home. I can take a nap now.
What is your game day routine? Like, do you have specific meals that you have to have at certain times before games, or how kind of talk us through your routine?
Assuming it's a home game, of course. I eat oatmeal and peanut butter with a little maple syrup every single morning. So that's just a given. It's like my easy go-to, so I can't go away from that. But I love to have eggs on game day, so I'll make that into my lunch. So I'll have either like avocado eggs toasts with like some veggies or something. But I like to eat 4 hours before the game, and maybe that's just superstition from college. That's when they made us eat, so I'm hooked on that. In my game day routine, I would say I clean because it's mindless, but you're not sitting. So I like to, it's like kind of active, but I don't have to use my brain. So I like it.
That's actually not weird. There's a few people that do that as well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's not the first time I've heard it. But it's true, I guess. Because when you're cleaning, like you're not necessarily concentrating on anything.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah.
Play some music as well.
Yeah, I like it.
The food though, I can't agree. 4 hours.
Is that too far, you think?
Yeah, I think that's too soon. That's too like early for me.
Oh, really?
Even in college, it was the same for us as well. But when I go to my room, I'm eating. Before we have to leave, I'm starving.
I definitely have a snack still. Like I'll have like a banana or like protein bar or something. Yeah. But yeah, they got me hooked on that 4-hour thing.
Do you have a preferred time of a game? Like, obviously the Newcastle game was at 7:30, but the Durham game was at 1:00. Do you have a preferred time?
Afternoon games. Because I can't clean for 12 hours. So what am I supposed to do all day?
And what time do you guys practice?
We practice 5 to 7 almost every night.
Okay, so you prefer to still have the earlier games even though like your practice time is later?
Yeah, I do. I think only because of like the way I feel on game day. Like I'm someone who like I kind of go antisocial because I'm just like in my own head or like in my own focus. And it's like, God, to do that for a whole day is just a lot.
Get to the game when you're already tired.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's look at your performances this season. So you've had 7 games so far, averaging 16 points a game. Kind of how happy are you with your individual performance?
I don't know. We're winning games. We're starting to win games, and that's kind of, for me, that's my goal. If that means that I need to score more to win games, then I want to score more. But otherwise, personally, like I don't and this is probably bad for like a professional, but like I don't get caught up on that kind of stuff because what I bring like usually isn't on the stat sheet as like a leader and just like a defensive presence. So it's hard for me to get too worked up about that kind of stuff.
So 3 wins in a row now for Caledonia. Confidence must be very high.
Yeah, I think that we're all like really happy just because we've been putting in like the hard work for it. So it just is nice to have that reward of like a victory.
And I've noticed on Twitter as well, like there's like a big, well, since you guys are winning now, it's like paragraphs of how excited everyone is, tagging people, everyone's resharing it as well. And it is really nice to see because at the start of the season, I did challenge Caledonia quite a bit, saying like, when are you guys going to get some more players? Are you guys going to make it to playoffs this year? So I think it is, even for me, well, I can say this now that I'm not in the league anymore, but it's nice to see.
Yeah, I obviously wasn't here in the past or like know any of that kind of stuff, but I know the energy around like the expectations in the past. So it's cool to change that message or change that storyline.
Yeah.
And you've got Manchester next. How ready are you for that one?
I feel like we're pretty ready. Again, that's hard to say. Like we talked about the league, anyone's game on any day, but I know that we're doing everything that we can to personally prepare, and that's all we can do.
Right, I've got some questions about your teammates, where you've got to pick a teammate for a like specific question. So, who would you say the best shooter was in your squad?
For Caledonia, Maud.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, it starts off easy, but then you know what's coming.
You're allowed to vote for yourself as well, okay?
Nah, we'll give it to everyone else.
Who's the funniest to have around the dressing room?
Elise.
Yeah, Elise. Best and worst fashion sense? Put you on the spot,
Be careful who you pick because they might get on to you after.
I'm like, okay, I'm not joking. I will say I'm the worst because I brought a backpack here. It's like I wear sweats and hoodies every single day. Like when you have to back from America, you're not bringing a lot. Yeah. So this is easy. I will give myself the worst. And I would say Taz is the best.
Do you have kind of someone who controls music in the dressing room, or is there someone who's got really bad music taste?
Maud controls it, but I don't think it's bad.
I thought you was going to say I don't think it's good. I was like, whoa.
Just shots.
So what's the go-to kind of music that the Maud puts on?
It's definitely like a hip hop, like R&B, like type. Yeah.
Pretty standard then. Pretty standard.
It is.
Yeah. Too wrong with
that. Who's always late?
Oh, good question. I would say Sophie, only because like she's late every time the bus leaves. So that just kind of has to go to her, I think.
Just got images of her running after the bus saying, no, don't go.
Literally running.
Right, let's move on to some more questions about yourself and some quick fire questions. Some either or questions, or just we'll see. This one sponsored by Melita. Melita loves a bit of Netflix.
Love it.
So what's your favorite Netflix series at the moment?
Okay, so we don't have The Office on Netflix in America, but you guys do in the UK. So I started it when I was here and I have finished it. So I will say The Office because, oh my gosh, so funny. I love it.
I actually wasn't
a lot of series in The Office.
Yeah, there is.
Was
it like 5 seasons or something?
It's quite a bit.
What are you going to move on to now?
I don't know. I don't actually watch Netflix. That's why it's kind of surprising that I watched The Office, but I liked how easy it was. Like when I was on the bus, I could watch how many episodes and it's just easy and funny.
That's true.
Okay, tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee. I'm on this is a fun fact for everyone, but today I went to my 24th new coffee shop in Edinburgh.
Do you have a list?
Have you like written reviews?
I do have a list. I do. That's where I do my work. I just pick a random coffee shop and I just go and camp there for the afternoon before practice.
At least you're getting out of the house and stuff. So
yes.
I hope you mark them out of 10.
Yeah, I should do that.
You should.
Yeah.
Okay, McDonald's or KFC? You're allowed to say none.
Okay, none. I haven't had McDonald's since I was 17.
Good, stay away from it.
Yeah.
I've got McDonald's. It's literally across the road, and I can see it from my window. So tempting.
That's dangerous.
From McFlurries every day, and I'm like, no.
Favorite squad number and why? Like jersey number?
5, and because that's what I wore in high school and in college, so it's a nice special place in my heart.
You couldn't steal that off Sean, no?
No, they gave me 55.
At least it kind of works.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a big number. That's kind of weird, but.
What's your favorite Disney film?
Lion King.
The new one or the old one?
Yeah, good one.
Oh, the old one.
Okay. I quite like the new ones though. All these live action ones that keep coming out.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's
said
nice.
that the new one isn't that great though. I haven't even watched it just because of everyone else's review.
Oh, well, you can't comment then if you haven't watched it.
I know it's
really good.
I bet your kids loved it though anyway.
The kids love it. Yeah, it's
that's
for the
all
kids.
that matters.
It's for the kids, definitely.
Yeah.
Would you have pineapple on a pizza?
Yeah, I'm like the least picky eater ever.
Okay, question. Do you have pineapples in your tacos?
Okay, so really specific, but if it's like a mango salsa, then yeah, throw the pineapple in there.
It's only because I found that out when I was in America. Like it was a thing in Chicago to have pineapples in your tacos.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if anyone's seen this, but yesterday I made a shepherd's pie. So it's like potato mince and stuff, and then I put pineapples inside of it as well. And a lot of people judged me for this, but try it. If you ever make a spaghetti bolognese as well, I put pineapples in that too. And it sounds weird, but just try it. Just try it. If you like it on your pizza, you will like it on that.
Right. It's the same. Basically, it's the same ingredients.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a Twitter poll, that isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Who's your favorite ever basketballer? It could be someone you've played with. It could be someone you've obviously watched. Who's your favorite ever basketballer?
Sue Bird.
Good one.
And do you follow the WNBA much?
Yeah, as I got older, like I would say after I graduated college, that's kind of, I got super into it. Probably because I knew a lot of the girls in the league now, like just going through college, and then they transfer over into the WNBA. So I'm like, oh my gosh, look at her, like we played her, that's cool, you know. So it's like you're almost more invested. And then of course Sue Bird's just been there since I've been 6, so.
Never gonna retire just now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she's just gonna come back this season and be like, okay, one more year.
It's fine.
Do you follow a specific team, or is it just kind of certain players that you kind of like to watch?
I definitely follow like Seattle, and then I got into the Connecticut Sun. There's one of our, like a girl from Green Bay that plays on that team. So I enjoy like watching their team and watching her success and everything. So
what's her name?
Natasha Heidemann.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a year younger than me, so she's been in the league only a couple of years now. But she played at Marquette, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say your strengths were as a basketballer?
Well, like growing up and everything, it was definitely like my ability to see the court and just like read like the game and make like the pass or the correct pass. But like transitioning now, I'm like definitely falling into more of like that leadership role and everything. I would say like that is one of my biggest strengths and like contributions. Without getting like into specific skills and stuff, but like that's for me, that's my biggest strength that I can bring.
Which is a good one to have. Not everyone can lead, so
Yeah.
Every team needs one.
Yeah.
Most teams need more than one.
True.
What's your best moment on court? Your kind of favorite memory or your favorite achievement?
I would say my senior year, we played Mizzou, and at that time, like they were ranked in the teens. I don't remember specifically, but we played there, and we actually ended up beating them. And it was like, again, my senior year was the year like I had the biggest contribution. So I was like starting, like captain, everything, you know. So for me, that was like a really proud moment where it's like, wow, like we did this, like our whole team collectively, like I led this and we did this. So it was a really cool moment.
And we'll finish with this one. Can you finish this sentence for me, please? I love basketball because.
I love basketball because it gives me a platform to help the next generation of hoopers.
I am perfectly to your business. Love it.
Hashtag 5-star academy.
You know what a great place to finish. Kind of we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. I'm looking forward to seeing you up in the Northeast on the 20th.
Yes, thank you.
And yeah, good luck with the business as well. We'll kind of keep a close eye on. Make sure you follow everyone.
Yep.
Yes.
Follow.
I
appreciate you guys having me.
All right. We'll see you later.
Nice having you.
Yep. See ya.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.